X, my you don't know about us. Double R, my you don't know about us. Z Block, my you don't know about us. Ask Swiss, he'll tell you we keep it click about us.
Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't doing no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't doing no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Wait, baby girl, what you doing? What's your name? I ain't playing no games. See these diamonds in my chain. Yeah, I took it to the and she for the fame. So I in my range. Ooh, get that money to the top, never stop. That work, ooh, but I'm the man. Cuban diamonds dance. Had a friend, I might put it on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't doing no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't doing no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Wait, baby, wait. Hop up in this race. No, this not a date. This a cruise, but don't debate. Wait, it's getting late. Think it's past 8. Took to my place, baby. Me like some. Wait, call Jake. Think I need that. The face. I need to take a break. Wait, but don't be cool. Money stupid blue. Boyfriend is a fool. I'm trying to make you comfortable. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't doing no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just
This series shifts locations as we get set for Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where the Declaration of Independence was signed. It's also become another international hub in the NBA. Croatia, Australia, Cameroon, Turkey. Jay, those are where some of the recent Sixers have hailed from. It's the norm now in the National Basketball Association.
The globalization of the game is real, and I try to tell kids all the time, in particular the ones who are playing this game right now, that the NBA represents less than 0.0001% of the world. And Adam Silver, the commissioner, is doing a great job of expanding the footprint of the game, taking the game to China, taking the game to Europe, taking the game to Mexico. There's no doubt about it. This league represents the best in the world.
That's a Duke guy putting his math skills to the test. Well done. Jimmy Butler trying to cash in on a three-point play. A career 83% free throw shooter. Free throw's good. A three-point play. And with that, they go up by 3. Throws it down.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Butler to bring it up. Just getting started in Game 3. Clint Capella, huge block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
And a rim rocker, Joel Embiid.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds the inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
Butler into the front court. Leads just a point. Screen coming. They'll go to Butler down low. Jimmy Butler, 2 for 3 now here in the first.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Nothing going here on that drive. Knocked loose. Butler to bring it up. Leads 3. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
And finishes strong.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Sixers control it. To Butler. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Now Paul with the basketball. They're down 3. Layup goes down. Well done.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Smith now into the front court. Leads 1. To Butler. Jimmy Butler, 3 for 4. Good start.
I think the defender had absolutely zero chance on that play.
Smith with it up top. Up by 3. Great feed. Won't go. Here comes the screen. Paul to the rim. Tough make through traffic.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Sixers have the basketball. Simmons. Takes stock of the floor to Butler. Anthony. And he drains it.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Sixers call for time as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Jimmy Butler at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Greg Monroe with the block.
Oh, he blocked that with... authority.
Driving right to the basket. Down the lane to lay it in.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Butler into the front court. 14-13 our score. It's a one-point game. Good look that time, but off the mark. Looking to take this. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
It goes down.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
Knocked loose. He's on the deck. Great sacrifice. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go down.
I got ball.
Stuffs it down with authority. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen. Because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
To Butler. Passed it off. Brunson. They've got it now. To Davis. Knocked loose. Taken by the Sixers. Not that time. Nice pass to get things going.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Ed Davis swats it. Ooh, Chris Paul. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket. They'll let one fly from half court. That's the end of one here in game number 3. Jay and I are back after this. It's a 2019 NBA Finals, and it's on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Paul into the front court. It's a 9-point lead. Could not throw it down. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Knocked loose. To Paul. Oh, had him going there for a second.
Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Can't connect.
Misses happen. Don't put your head down. Let that motivate you on the defensive end. Use it for something positive.
And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Justin Patton at the line. First try, no good. Good bounce back. Hit.
We got this. Let's go.
Ben Simmons. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot. from 18 feet at the buzzer. So the two teams will head to the locker room as we've reached the break here in game number 3. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen.
The Rockets have built a comfortable lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Houston Rockets. The 76ers have yet to appear. And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
To Anthony. Lobs it up. Clint Capella. Very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3.
And it's so deflating for the defense when you pick up right exactly where you left off at halftime. That's the kind of energy you need.
Butler hardens on him. Big finish at the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Gets it in the right corner. Paul. Anthony. A bad pass as the Sixers come up with this steal.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Harris. Free throws coming up.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Nope. First one does not go. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. That's going to be out of bounds.
Come on, it's important.
Simmons with it. The deficit now up to 13. To Butler. Off the mark. To Anthony. He throws it down.
I mean, if you have athletic ability like that guy offensively, as soon as you beat your man, if you don't beat him off the ground for the jump, you have no chance.
Butler to bring it up. Trailing by 15. And that's rebounded by Houston. Goes reverse to lay it in.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
A pass taken away by the Rockets. That'll get out. Last touch by Capella. New blood coming in for both sides. Brunson to Tobias Harris. Off the assist.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
To Monroe. Missed a wide open look.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Easy path to the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Curling inside to Monroe. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Ah, the monster stuff.
And easy too, get back on defense.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Anthony. And he scores. Yeah, he took a big step, but they'll count the bucket.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim? That was a thing of beauty.
To Tobias Harris. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, short. Anthony goes to the right side. Here comes the screen to Monroe. Fights through traffic to slam it down.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Turns and slams it down. We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. To Monroe. The big guy, Greg Monroe. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
You on tough. Jimmy Butler, contested 3. He buries it. That's the end of the quarter. The Rockets way out in front. Count the basket inside. It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. Philadelphia with the basketball. Butler. The drive right to the basket. took it down the lane, but it's no good. To Monroe. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Greg Monroe trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 70% free throw shooter. Free throws good as they continue to widen their lead. Butler into the front court. Looking to make something happen. To Brunson. No good. No daylight. Great defense.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Simmons to Tobias Harris. And scores.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
To Monroe. The big guy, Greg Monroe, looking good. 4 for 5.
You hear coaches talk all the time about passing the ball on time and on target. As a passer myself, if I can deliver the ball to you in a position where I cannot give you options to think, but just go up and make the play easy, that's a win-win.
And now Houston has the basketball. To Anthony. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with the fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Harris. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Come on, you knew that setup was coming the whole game. Ah, but you were patient and you waited until the right moment to use it.
To Monroe. The big guy, Greg Monroe. He's now 5 for 6.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Nothing going here on that drive. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Free throws good. Add one more to the total. This game feels out of reach. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. And the rebound taken down by Houston. Sizing up the defense. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Has a look. Wide open look. Won't go. Yes. And the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Count the free throw as well. Butler, he's had a good shooting performance, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough.
Yeah, no one else pretty much helped out. As a coach, I would be irate that nobody helped pick up the slack. Look, one man can never beat 5.
It's the Rockets who are victorious. They claim their second ever championship in what was their 5th.
The Rockets added a win. This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.
From the back porch, back then with dreams of a stacked fortune. Black kid with dreams by any means to see some cell-phone keys to a black portion. That American pie, he just wanna portion. Product of that environment that he was forced in. Changed course when it's out of control. Feel it down in my soul. Fast forward and foresee that fork in the road. Listen, mention you on the road, foreign car whipping. It's mind bending. Open your eyes, I'm bending the rules. Time ticking. The time's different on the globe where every soul trying to survive in it. That's the main concern. Whole hood celebrate when the tables turn, you see. Feels like I'm on the cusp. Great forever, forever's not long enough, it's just. X man once said the grind can't stop till letters in your name get bigger like cap locks. Still can't stall so far from your last stop. Deaf to the yes man, blind to mascots. Look past the moment and try to find your last opponent. Trying to find the answer before this life flashes past you. Blink of an eye, go ghost like a phantom. I'd rather imagine a whole block popping, toast and glasses. More life, no ashes to ashes. Live life fast with no crashes. You can picture that with no caption. Try to see the vision, no glasses. You can picture that with no cameras or flashes. You could just imagine. Still keep my hunger like fasting. Still keep it ghetto fab like putting money in the mattress. And that's just point blank. No biting my tongue, be so frank. In your top 10, they don't rank. They ask me to change some things and no thanks back.